Good morning, world. I'm back again. Some people call me poet, some people call me prophet. My presentation name is not for sale, because the gift God gave his name, you can't put a price on it. Take all them names, throw them away. They don't mean anything. The only name I want you to remember is Stephen, the character of Jesus, the knowledge of the universe and God, and that's the names I want you to remember when I leave now. This particular story I'm going to share with you this morning, it's story time, y'all. And this particular story, I had a friend last night, it's on my other channel, which I told you I had lost the code, so I can't get into that phone, so I'm going to put it on this channel. But this particular story I'm going to share with you this morning, and it's about, sowing seeds, and like I told you, every human being that you see is a seed. And these days you have to watch where you sow your seeds, and I'm going to show you and tell you why. But anyways, I grew up in this town, and there was only like 3 black families in the town. You know what I'm saying? So I would always get on the bus, and I would always sit in the back, and people tolerated me. You know what I'm saying? Because back in those days, it was different. There was a lot of stereotypes. Like I told you, my regular appetite was nigger, jigaboo, jungle, no-till bear. Like I told you, I've been more than shaped out of rejection. But when I would get on the bus and I would sit in the back, there was this particular kid that would always come back and he would sit with me, you understand what I'm saying? Because he came from a poor family and everything too. So we had something, and give me 1 second. Excuse me. We had something in common. He was being rejection, I was too. So we both shot that rejection and we became friends. And so I would always, if I had anything, if he had anything, we always shared what we had amongst each other. I never had much. But anyway, many years later, I wound up in prison. And I wound up in prison, and like when you get upstate, what they do, they don't keep you in one prison, especially if you're a thinker. What they do is that, like people that are masterminds and stuff like that, they make sure that they don't keep you in the same place, they juggle you around. But I wound up in this particular prison, right? And what had happened is that the Bloods and Crips got to cutting up in there one day. They just slice of riot broke out, and I was in my cube. I sat down. That's where they first started calling me preacher. You understand what I'm saying? Because I would always, one thing I became consistent in, because I didn't want to join one of the gangs and stuff like that. So what I would do is I became consistent in following God. And even after that, when I got out, I wandered away from God many times in my life. You understand what I'm saying? But they got to fighting up in there. And when the watch commander came down, you understand? You ain't gonna believe who it was. It was that same guy that I used to stay on the bus with. God had elevated him. You understand? But because of what the way that I had treated him in my past, you understand what I'm saying? He stood out there. He told them all. You know what he said? He said, "You see this guy?" And he says, "This guy's not a cop, but I know him from my past, and he's a good man." He said, "If any hair gets touched on his head in here, there's gonna be problem." He said, "I will shut down your packages. I will shut down everything." Now imagine that, you being on the bottom, and it's it's like Joseph being in the dungeon and being shot right next to Potiphar. But you know what I'm saying? What would happen is that when they did shut the packages down, you understand what I'm saying? The people that were in the head that were running, they would always come to me and say, "Yo, preacher, man, see if you can call the watch command and get the packages released." And that was, sometimes the devil gets blamed for things that God do. You understand what I'm saying? And so that was God testing me to see if I was going to do right. And I would never do it, even though I could have done it. I would never do it. So that's what you'll gain discipline as you go along in life. But the whole point I'm trying to make in saying that is that, when Adam did what he did in that garden, you understand, metaphorically, that tree that was in that garden has multiplied. And when you come out here, you have to watch where you sow your seeds at. Because if you sow your seeds in a place that's rotten, you understand, that's what your life is going to turn out. Your life is going to turn out like it's rotten. So the whole point I'm trying to make is this: you have to watch where you make your investments in. And you got a lot of people out here, you understand, they're wondering why, like I used to wonder why. Let me keep it on me. I used to wonder why my life was messed up. You know what I'm saying? I was investing in all the wrong people that, and I wasn't doing what was right. You understand what I'm saying? So that law of karma, like we even told you in scripture, you will reap what you sow. So whatever you sowing out here, you understand what I'm saying? I don't care whether it's you calling APS on somebody, all this stuff, because I see all this stuff, people doing all this stuff, and they don't know it's going to be their very children that's going to be taken. You can't come out, and God is watching what you do. You cannot come out and do these type of things to people and think that you're going to get away with it. It's just a matter of time. But you can't call when karma's come, because when God comes, what he does, he often puts your demise on display so everybody can see it. You understand what I'm saying? And he did that a number of times in my life. You understand? So that's why when I come out here, you know what I'm saying, you got to watch how you treat people. You understand what I'm saying? And a lot of times God will bring to your attention that you're doing wrong. And when you want to consistently do wrong, some people it's going to require their life. But what God will do, he will destroy your whole life just to give you a new one. You understand what I'm saying? So you can't, you see people doing this stuff, get away from people. You understand what I'm saying? And so that's why today when I walk by myself, I walk by myself because I choose to walk by myself, not that I have to. I have a lot of people that are willing to walk with me, but I'm just not willing to walk with people that I know that what you're doing is not conducive to God's work. I'm not going to do it in no shape or form. You understand what I'm saying? And this is where I'm at now. You understand? I don't think that I'm better than anybody or nothing like that. But like I told you, that's the most important thing in my life. And I know the good people when I see them. I know the people that mean good, and I know the ones that are just out here to sow seeds of discontentment. I know who they are. You understand what I'm saying? And so what you have to do is that you have to just keep doing what's right. I don't care what nobody is saying about you. And this is why you got to keep your testimony out front. That's why you hear me often talk about when I was in prison and different things, because if you come out here today and you ask the people in the street, they see my life every day. So you can go and try to manipulate any story that you want to about me. They're sitting there and they're looking at it right on front display. And if I do wrong, I'm the first one to stand up and say it. Or if somebody comes and confronts me on something, I'm the first person to say that I was wrong. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a problem with correcting myself. Because until you start taking a look at your own life and stop looking at everybody else, what everybody else does, you're going to stay right in the same place. And this is why a lot of times my life stood still. You understand what I'm saying? Because I was so busy, being jealous and envious of what I seen other people have. But when you get a relationship with God, an authentic relationship with God, you ain't gonna be walking around doing stuff like that. What the next man got is his. And if people think that my life is an easy life, you're wrong. Because anytime you sit up under a title like that God sent you, people attack it. I got stuff from attacks all day. And this just started. I'm talking about this started years ago. You understand what I'm saying? Just like you see Donald Trump. You think that man can sit up in that position? You know what I'm saying? But he stayed the course. He didn't allow what other people said to affect what he was sent to do. You understand what I'm saying? And so no matter what people try to rise up and turn against me, I hope you don't think that if I do fall, I hope you ain't sitting there waiting for me to stay there. Because that's not going to happen. You understand what I'm saying? That's not what my future is going to be. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm going to put that message out there. And to all the chosen ones, that when you walk out here, watch what apple you eat from what tree. Because like mankind, it's like Adam's sin has ripple. Everyone is a tree, and watch what apple you pick from. You understand? Because you go out here and you got some apples that will kill you right on the spot. You understand what I'm saying? Some karma that will come in and take you right out on the spot. So if nobody told you they love you today, I do, so let it be written. So let it be done.